Okay, the next part of what we would do, now that it's all sanded and got it split apart, just took a chisel, split it down the seam that we had there after taking the tape off. Now all you do is you glue it together, but because I don't want to make you wait forever for the next part of the video, as I'm just going to use the little stem that I had glued up earlier. So now that's ready to go. Nice heart shape, but it's not glued obviously. So that's ready to be glued together, and we can call it a nice heart shape. So, but instead of watching glue dry, we're just going to move on to the next piece. So now we've got this piece. Centers, I didn't actually punch the holes. I found center, but I didn't punch the holes. So just bear with me a second there. And right there. Okay. Now if you want to, you can tape that. But that's been glued and drying for, I don't know, I think I've glued it up 3 days ago in preparation for this. So I think it was Friday when I glued this up, so I think it's good and cured for now. And that's the other part, is we just use regular Titebond, and so I don't want to wait forever for the other part. Now back to what we were doing before. Now that we've got that chucked up, I like to work from the center out, so start rounding the center here and then work my way out to the edges. So I'm going to use the same bowl gouge, half-inch bowl gouge, and get my face shield back on, and probably run it at the same RPMs, 2500, except we're not going to run it in reverse. That was for sanding purposes. Eye protection on, and now I have a line drawn at the end of each of those, but I can also see the heart as to where I want to start my cut. And it helps if I lock down the tool rest and not just put it in place. So I've got my two lines here, and they show up. Okay, let's try again. Again, I'm going to use that same shear scraping cut because I want to take real gentle cuts. As I was saying, it was a good thing I decided to change positions because the battery had died and I didn't notice it. So we'll get back to bringing that down a little bit more, and you can see it's starting to take shape. We'll bring that down so this comes to a point, for the most part, not the bottom. Alright, sorry about that, had an interruption. Oh, what I was going to say is, if you notice, I got a nice point all along these two edges here, so we're good. And I like to kind of flare that a little bit, just kind of gives it that more heart of a look, a little bit more heart look. And I still need to taper this down just a little bit so that it's just comes straight across right now. I want to taper a little bit more so it's a tapered look. I'll do the same here. I'll bring this to a nice point on the top as well, and then come in. So that's what we're going to do. You see how that's tapering just a little bit there? I like that. That's what I want. That's what I was looking for. Okay, we're real thin now. We're real good. We'll hand sand this parts here. So we're gonna come over here, and we're just gonna make the stem very basic. Maybe a little bulb here, and then a tenon, and then over here we'll basically just make ourselves a. I think it's 3/8 of an inch. Let's see. That's about a 1/2 inch on that glass piece right there. So we'll cut the stem off this goblet and then glue that in place. That's the plan anyways. That's how I make my goblets. And then this part, I'll make a maple bottom for it. That way it matches the candlesticks. Has some maple and some walnut. Because I think I'm gonna make the cup of the candlestick holders are gonna be maple or walnut. So just some polar opposites.